Orange City? Where in the heck is Orange City? Well, if you're thinking about moving anywhere in Florida, or maybe just the Orlando area, you might consider moving to this little town. Now, Orange City isn't fancy. It doesn't get the fanfare of Deland or Debary, which to me are two of the big brothers of Orange City. So Orange City is really often overlooked. But if you're considering moving to Orange City or anywhere else here in the Orlando area, stick around because today I'm going to be sharing a general overview of some of the neighborhoods here in Orange City, Florida. I'm Chuck Shaver, and my team and I have been listing and selling homes for people right here in this area for years. So please know that I will not be covering every single neighborhood in Orange City. So if I've left off your neighborhood, please know that this is a general guide for those thinking of moving to Orange City. Towards the end of this video, I'll be sharing a couple other videos that might be helpful in your search. And I'll also be sharing my personal favorite neighborhood that many have never even heard of right here in Orange City. So be sure to stick around for both of those. Orange City is sandwiched just south of Deland and just north of Debary, about 35 or 40 minutes north of Orlando. I-4 runs out on the east side of town, so Orlando, the beaches, and I-95 are pretty much all within easy reach. Some of the homes in Orange City are located right near I-4, while others, like the Highlands and the Blue Springs area, are a good ways out there. These neighborhoods aren't listed in any particular order, so be sure to check out each of these. Let's start with the West Highlands up on the northwest side of town. There's no homeowners association out there, and the Highlands are what some around here will call country. Now, it isn't country to me, but some of these homes do have dirt roads, which I suppose to some people is country. They're mostly 1,200 to 1,400 square foot single-family homes with 2 or 3 bedrooms. Most of them have been built since 2000, although there have been a few of them that were built since like the 80s. The median selling price in this area at the time of this recording was right around $345 grand. But this is an area of town where someone can get a moderately priced new construction home, as there's been a lot of that here in recent years. The next area we're going to look at is what I call Blue Springs, but I think it's actually like Orange City Terrace or something like that. It pretty much covers the area south of the Highlands and runs down to Rhode Island, which is still out on the western third of town by University High School. There are less dirt roads here than up in the Highlands, but there are still a few. I don't believe there are any homeowners associations in this area either, but the median sale price in this area is a bit more than the Highlands, running at like $355 grand. Of course, this area is just a short hop to Blue Springs, which is the tourist attraction here in Orange City. There's also the Spring to Spring Trail, which is good for bicycling, and that's really the dividing line between the housing out on the west side of Orange City and the huge tract of public wooded land that runs all the way out west to the St. Johns River. Before we take a look at some of the well-defined communities with homeowners associations, take a quick second, hit the like and the subscribe button, and click that little notification bell. That way you'll be notified whenever I post other videos just like this. If you have questions about Orange City or need help with any of your real estate needs, simply leave a comment below or just pick up the phone and give me a call. Moving closer to 1792, which is a northwest connector between Deland and Debary to the south, there are a few communities with homeowners associations. Compass Landing is right off of Rhode Island, just up from University High. This community was built out from 2019 to 2021 by Parc Square Homes, and the homeowners association in here is right around $60 a month. They don't have a pool or fancy amenities like some communities, but it's a great location and a cute little community of 1,500 to 2,000 square foot homes. They got a median selling price in there of right around $400 grand. Sticking with homeowners associations and jumping across 1792 to the east side of town is Blue Springs Villas. Now this little community was built back in 2005 and 2006, and it also doesn't have any fancy amenities aside from a little park type area right in the middle of it. These are 1,600 to 1,700 square foot homes and a median sale price of right around $311 grand as I record this video today, and that HOA is going to run you around $75 a month. There's nothing fancy here, just a nice little community. Sherwood Ridge is a community similar to the other homeowners association communities I've spoken of before. This one also doesn't have any amenities to speak of, and the HOA is just under $400 a year. It's a bit further east, abutting shopping and the business on Veterans Memorial on the east side, so it's super close to Publix, restaurants, and it's closer to I-4 than anything I've spoken of before. This community expanded around 2018, and there are some really nice homes in here. It is, in general, nicer than the other communities I've spoken of thus far. They're mostly 1,700 to 2,300 square feet homes, and there haven't been many sales in here, but I'm going to say the median sale price is going to be still right around 400 grand. Cadence at Park Hill, a D.R. Horton community, is just south of Shadow Ridge and just north of Florida Hospital or Fish Memorial, right there on Veterans Memorial. It's about a mile up from Walmart and even closer to I-4. Cadence at Park Hill does have a community pool, except for a small section of it without the Cadence, and it has an HOA fee of right around $100 a month. It's a newer community built in 2020 with mostly 1,600 to 1,800 square foot homes, but there are a couple bigger ones in there with around 2,600 square feet. The median selling price is right around 333 grand. It's pretty much a cookie cutter neighborhood like most HOAs these days, but the location is what I believe is Cadence at Park Hill's greatest asset. Fawn Ridge is a little community off of Enterprise Road down closer to Debary and still right close to all the shopping that I've spoken of before and then some. Fawn Ridge was built in 2003 and 2004, and they're mostly 1,500 to 2,000 square foot homes, and they've got an HOA of right around $460 for the year. But the information I have on this one is vague, so like all of these HOA fees, be sure to check them out for yourself as they're always changing. There's no swimming pool in here, so that HOA fee does seem a bit high to me. Oakhurst is where things really start to change for Orange City's Homeowners Association communities. Oakhurst is a gated community off of Veterans Memorial Parkway with easy access to I-4, either heading north or south. It's still right close to all that shopping that I spoke of before. The homes in Oakhurst are larger than most of them here in Orange City. They run from pretty much, I'd say, 2,200 to 2,600 square feet. And this community was built out in 2005 to 2006. The HOA in here runs around $250 a quarter, and they don't have a swimming pool either, but they've got a little playground and a pond in there. I suspect most of this HOA fee is used to maintain the playground and that gate up front. By now you're probably thinking that Orange City is all about single-family homes with homeowners associations, but that's really not the case. There are some condos in Orange City. The Breezewood community is a 55-plus condo community that I've done a whole video on, so check that one out. There's Enterprise Cove too, which is a gated community right off of Enterprise Road. They've got around 1,100 square foot condos on the first floor and second floors, selling for like 200 grand. The HOA fee runs around $190 a month, but it does get you a community pool, a little park, and a playground. Foothill Farms is a little community of 2.5 to 3 acre agriculturally zoned parcels on dirt roads without HOAs, and this community was built out in the late 70s. There are plenty of trees in here and a good bit of privacy too, which is something you don't get a lot of here in Orange City. There are just a few other private lots like this scattered around, most of which are out on the west side of town that I was talking of earlier. Orange City has historic homes too. Mostly around the Graves in 1792 area, there are quite a few older homes, including a couple built back in the 1800s. This location near Graves gives you quick access to I-4 and you're only a short distance to Deland. These older homes do tend to be smaller, with most of them under, I'd say, 1,700 square feet, but they can be really nice. Orange City has done a nice job of preserving some of these old gems. I recently listed and sold a nicely updated 1910 home right across from the elementary school for 260 grand. It was a modest home, but man, it had charm like crazy. There are plenty of non-homeowners association homes aside from what I've already addressed here in Orange City too. They're pretty much scattered throughout Orange City, and the median sale price of those is going to be right around 350 grand as I record this today. Although there is much new construction going on, I'd say that most of these homes are older, with most of them being built in the 80s up through, I'd say, the 2000s. Sherwood Oaks is perhaps my favorite community in all of Orange City with an HOA. This quiet little community is really tucked away off of Graves, just a real short ways from I-4. The HOA in here is around $600 for the year, and there aren't any amenities that I'm aware of per se, but it's very well kept, and it's the look of this community that's different than the rest of Orange City. The trees are nice, and the way it feels, the way they just wind around, is really nice. It has a whole different feel to it. This is a tiny little community, so there aren't a lot of homes for sale, but you can get a 3-2 home in here with almost 1,900 square feet for under 350 grand. I know we haven't covered all the communities in Orange City, but this should give someone a general idea of what Orange City, Florida has to offer. If there's a community that you'd like to know more about, simply make a note of it in the comments below. I do read and respond to these comments, so don't be shy. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.